I finished my review of this Corsair Frame 5000D in a state of mild unhappiness, and the main reason was to do with this Corsair IQ-Link Titan 420 RX RGB AIO cooler. It's a mighty 420mm cooler, and it takes up an awful lot of space in this case. I think, however, it's not so much the cooler as my installation of the cooler, because if you note, these hoses are rubbing on the rear fan, and I think the simple explanation is I've got the cooler the wrong way around. But if I reverse the radiator and have the hoses routed like so, I think that is going to make me happy. There's another thing that might make me happy, which is the chance to use 2, 4, 6, 8 RX 140 RGB fans, because really I haven't done very much with this case. It comes with 4 fans, there's 3 on the AIO, but there's plenty of capacity to add more fans, and I think I should also do that. Clearly having the hoses at the front rather than the back is the correct thing to do. Therefore, when I said in my review this case doesn't really support a 420 cooler, clearly it really does. So I'd like to take that back. I was wrong. It doesn't change what I said in the review, but facts are facts, and you can see with your own eyes that the 420 cooler does indeed go in the Frame 5000D correctly. And now I think we should take a closer look at the cooling in this case. For our first run, we have the fans in default configuration. That's the 3 case fans at the front, 1 at the rear, and 3 fans on the AIO in the roof of the case. The fans are set at 50%, which is 800 RPM. For the second run, the fans are still in default configuration. They're running at 75%, which is 1200 RPM. For the third run, we increased the fans to full speed, which is 1700 RPM. Running the fans at full speed doesn't help cooling and makes a lot of noise, so let's revert to the fans at 75%, but this time we're going to remove the filters from the bottom and the front and see how that looks. For the next run, we add 2 Corsair RX 140 RGB fans in the floor of the case in front of the power supply. For our final run, I removed the right hand side blanking plate, replaced the front stock fans with RX 140 RGBs and installed 2 more RX 140 RGBs in the side position. In our second look at the Corsair Frame 5000D, I've had some fun. I cannot claim my use of smoke is particularly scientific, but it certainly looks interesting and it helps me to visualize what's going on inside the case. I said in my review that it flows air well, and it's clear that it does. To my mind, there's no need to install loads of extra fans in this case. It's mainly a visual thing. The case works perfectly well in stock configuration. Having said all that, I've removed a bunch of hardware in terms of filters and this blanking sheet which goes in there in the stock configuration. James mentioned exactly this in his review of the Frame 4000D, and I'm sure it's going to make the inside of the case much more dusty over time, but it looks superb. For my final test configuration, I've removed this blanking plate from the right hand side and opened up the side cooling position. Thing is, that involves a bit of work. So the reason I have the stock fans on the table is that they use regular PWM ARGB connections, and that means you have this mess of cables and they trail across the right hand position. So when you take off the blanking plate, you've got cables in the way and you have to reroute things. That's not quite as straightforward as you might think. So I've installed a number of these RX 140 fans. I have one over because they connect together. That's the active connection and that's just a mechanical connection, and each pack contains one set of connectors, so you can connect the two fans together and they daisy chain very neatly. However, I'm using them as a 3 and a 3. It would have been nice to have one extra set of connectors, so I could have also used this fan and then we'd have been using all 8 RX 140 RGBs, but we're not. And such is life. So my takeaways from my experiments. The Corsair Frame 5000D flows air well. It looks great. Building inside it is quite straightforward. However, once you get into details like pulling out the cover in the right hand side position and replacing it with the cooling frame, installing fans, you might have to take a bit of a long hard think about exactly what you're doing. But the most important takeaway is, yes, you can install a 420mm cooler in the roof, provided you put your hoses curving to the front and not towards the rear as I originally did. My original score, 8 out of 10 and worth buying, that stands. And that is my second look at the Corsair Frame 5000D.